Hey guys, welcome to another episode, and today we have something unusual for this channel. So we have a tablet from Huawei. The model is exactly BTK-W09 and this is MatePad 11.5. What's wrong with it? Well, obviously it doesn't work, that's why it's here, and well, I'll try to power it on in a second, but looking at it, I know it was used by a child, and not sure if you can see it, but the tablet is like banana shaped, so it's like curved like this way. You probably cannot see that very well on camera, but yeah, it is bent basically a little bit. Maybe here. Can we show it like here, like this? Yeah, you can probably see the curve like this. So that may be a reason why it's not working. As I said, it was used by a child, so maybe someone sat on it or stamped on it. I don't know. I have the power supply here, so let's try to connect it and let's see what we get. So let me switch off the light for a second. So I'm not sure if you can see that, but there's like, I can see the backlight, especially here at the edge you can see the backlight, and the power draw is around 500 milliamps, and it's hovering like a little bit below, a little bit above, but most of the time it's around 500 milliamps. And it's 5 volts, so I suppose it's okay, it's not power delivery or anything, so that looks okay, but yeah, we have backlight but we don't have picture, and that may be a physical damage caused by this, whatever happened to this tablet, but the fact that it's curved, actually probably the motherboard suffered a bit. What I will do, I will try to open it. So as far as I know, I checked some YouTube videos, and I think I have to pry the screen, maybe even heat up the edges to pry it, and then take off the entire screen, and then I can remove the ribbon cable and get access to the interiors. So we'll try to do that. Okay, so I managed to open the tablet. I used a suction cup to lift the screen a little bit in one corner, and then I used those like plastic picks, like it looks like a guitar pick basically. So I put it in this aperture between the screen, and then I went like around the screen to remove to cut the adhesive at the edges, and well, it was actually quite easy. I thought it's gonna be more difficult. So now we have the tablet open, and you can see the interiors here. All the components are like grouped into sections and like well organized, let's say, like modules, I would say. But that made me think, not sure where to start with this one, but since the backlight is working on the screen but there's no picture, maybe it's a screen problem simply. So before I do anything else, I thought to myself, well, I don't have any any way to connect it to external monitor, but at home I have a USB-C to DisplayPort cable. So what I will do, I will take it home for now before I try anything else, and I'll try to connect it with this cable and see if we get the picture on the external monitor. If that's the case, then most likely the screen is just damaged and not producing picture, and I'm not sure if this can be fixed. I mean, it doesn't feel like, I mean, it doesn't look like it's physically damaged, at least the glass in front, but since it was, you know, bent a little bit, maybe something broke inside, like the PCB or something, or the connection, or some kind of connection, and now it's not working. So I don't want to open the screen if it's fine. So first I will make sure whether it is a display issue or something else. If it's not the screen, then we'll try to investigate further, but for now I'll leave it like this and test with the external monitor. So here we have our tablet, and well, I tried to test it at home. I disassembled it. I mean, I did it with you already, but I opened this here and disconnected the ribbon of the screen just to inspect things, and I also disconnected the battery ribbon here. I will do that in a second because I'll be connecting the screen. I don't want the power to go to the tablet, so I'll just do it in the second. You have to remove this metal shield, like here. It's held with 3 screws. One is already removed, and then you can remove it and then disconnect the ribbons. And the ribbons basically look like this, so they don't slide in. They have like small connectors that go inside the connector on the board here. So I'll show you that in a second under the microscope in details. But what I noticed is actually that, well, I disconnected the battery before at home, and I noticed that the edges of the, let me zoom in and get some focus. Maybe you won't probably see the details. I'll show you under the microscope, but still, I noticed that the edges, each side, or the sides, the edges of the connector are not parallel, so like it's kind of damaged. I tried to like squeeze it with my nails like this to bring it back together, hoping that it will, you know, make better contact with the screen connector. And it actually worked for a moment, or like randomly, so I was able to actually get the picture on the screen. By the way, it was pin protected, so I need to ask for a pin. The seller, I need to ask the seller for a pin. But yeah, I got the picture and everything looked okay, but the screen connector is damaged. And well, I could order it from China. I would need to check what type of connector this is, how many pins and so on, and remove and order some replacement. But I mean, and probably I will do that, and I will just remove this whole connector and solder a new one again. But since I wanted to make a video and I wanted to fix it, since I know what's going on here, I will try to, because the soldering under the connector I think is okay, and the contact is good, but the plastic part of the connector is actually broken. So since the screen connector is actually going only in, it's not like outside this connector, it only goes inside. So I think I can kind of reinforce it and rebuild it on the outside, so that, you know, the edges just don't move like this and stay in the same, you know, distance between each other, and don't move, so that when we squeeze the connector inside, it makes a good contact. So we'll try to do that and see how it goes. here's our connector, and well, let me show you what's the problem here. So if I squeeze it on this side, you can see it's like this plastic part is inside the is connecting with this metal piece. It's like inside, and you can see it's if I squeeze it like this, it's quite solid, feels fine. But when I do the same thing on the other side, it's all wobbly and you can see it's broken. So uh, it's broken here, but also the base here, like just on the motherboard is broken and is moving. So if I do like this, you can see like this bottom part is moving here and this is moving. So my idea is to, since as I said, the screen connector actually goes in here. There's no like the frame around it that goes outside this connector. So my idea is to reinforce it a little bit. So like put some like a little bit. It's very tiny as you can see. So I cannot. Well, it's gonna be difficult if I put a blob of glue here. I can destroy the socket completely, the connector. So my idea is to put some glue here and connect this part, which is solid at the moment because it's metal, it's soldered to the board, to connect it with this somehow and reinforce it like this until like here. So the idea is to hold it like this, and if you hold it like this, it's still a little bit wobbly, but if it's held at the edges, the middle should be fine as well. It's not gonna be like so solid like here, because here it's, although it's tiny and it's plastic, it's pretty solid everywhere. The question is about the pins. I don't know, but I think those metal pins are actually like CPU pins or a CPU socket pins. So those are soldered to the pads underneath, but the pads themselves are actually like a little bit wobbly as well, like elastic, I would say. So you can bend them a little bit. Uh, so the same here. So I don't know, but based on the fact that I was able to get the screen working, I'm thinking maybe the connection is okay. I don't know that until I remove the connector. But even then, well, I would not know if it's because I removed it or something was broken unless I find like a ripped pad or something. It doesn't look like it, so I would give it a try, to be honest. Let's try to reinforce it somehow. I have this very small uh, hot glue gun, but it's still, compared to this connector, it's big. Maybe I can get some glue on this dental pick and then like put it here around it. Let's see if I can do it. I'll also do some more zoom. So actually, let's try to do it like this. Sorry, with maximum zoom, and then get the focus. Yeah, so that's the maximum I can do. Because we're only interested in this part basically. So yeah, let's try to do something about it. Ideally, I would melt this crack with maybe the soldering iron as well, so that this main part here in the middle is actually held together and like solid, and then, as I said, hold with plastic around here, just to make sure this entire plastic area here is not moving, because it's actually broken into parts. Okay, so I have the tablet here. As you can see, both the battery and the screen are connected. And now let me do like this so that you can see the screen. And I need to hold it here. And let me turn it on. Not sure if you will see the backlight. So now I think it's the back. Yeah, I can see the backlight, and that's all I can see. But if I now hold the connector, the screen connector, and like push it to this better side, so that one that was not wobbly, you see we can get the picture, and even the touch screen is working. I can enter the pin, which I'm not going to because I don't want to lock it for 30 days. But as soon as I release my finger from the connector, it disappears. So I tried to even use this metal plate to kind of screw it and you know, push it more, but it doesn't work, unfortunately. So I mean, I could try, but then every vibration or whatever you do can actually cause it not to work again. So I mean, this is just for science, just an experiment. So I will not end the video here. I will order the connector and will try to solder it. Alright guys, so well, I haven't recorded that, but I did some soldering. So basically what happened, what you saw on previous part, that, you know, I put the glue here, but it turned out it was not only glue, also the connections on the pins on this side were broken. So what I did, I removed the glue because, well, I couldn't solder with the glue. Mm, because of that, I also ripped this plastic and I lost it somewhere. I mean, again, it's super tiny. But what I did, I basically took the soldering tip, put some flux like all the way here on the entire socket, and touched each pin with the tip, so the solder melted, and the connection is restored. So right now I'm touching it, and you can probably see all the connections are actually solid. I don't want to. Some of them look really strong. I mean, it's not perfect that it's gonna hold on the pads actually, but you know, the socket will be covered with this piece of metal, and it will be screwed in, and the ribbon actually comes from the top. So you really need to do something bad to this tablet for it to like rip off or something. So I think it should be safe, and the soldering, I mean, considering how small it is, I think, you know, it's quite okay. Yeah, so I'll just assemble everything, connect the connector, the ribbon cable, and yeah, connect power, attach the screen, and show you that it works actually. Alright, so I have the tablet here. Not sure if we can get the focus, but anyway, I'm pressing the power button, holding it for a second, and we get the Huawei logo. Let's get some focus. It's gonna take a moment to load. You can hear the sound. So speakers work as well. The system is loading, and I have already did the factory reset. The only problem I have, is that I don't have the password and the pin to this tablet, and actually the tablet is connected to a Huawei account already, so I need to get in touch with the seller and try to, you know, get it unlocked if they have the password or pin. Yeah, we'll see how it goes, but the point is the tablet is fixed and working. I can quickly navigate through the configuration. It's connecting to Wi-Fi, already connected, going forward, and yeah, it's locked, so I need to unlock it somehow. Thank you for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and see you in the next one.